Hey, what's happening, everybody? This is that boy. This is that boy, Rick Titus with Exquisite Podcast. Hey, listen, we just did a live podcast in Shreveport, Louisiana. Shreveport, Louisiana. Come and bounce with that boy, Rick Titus. Come and bounce with that boy, Rick Titus, so we can go ahead and get your podcast screen. So we can scream your podcast. So we can scream your ministry. I'm in the studio right now. Do me a favor, click that link in the bio. Click the link in the bio. Click that link in the bio so we can go ahead and get your podcast screen. We can get your ministry screen so you can go ahead and climb on board. So you can climb on board with this podcast, Exquisite Podcast. We're located in Waldorf, Maryland. We're located at the St. Charles Town Center Mall, right around the corner from J.C. Penney's. Right around the corner from J.C.'s Penney at the St. Charles Town Mall in Waldorf, Maryland. Everybody in the DMV, everybody in the DMV knows where Waldorf, Maryland is located at. Listen, come on out, bring your kids on Saturday. We got a lot of kids back there in the back, jumping on the jumbotron. They got the gumball machines. You got your claw machines. You got your race cars. You got all the kids' activity, so your kids can reduce that stress that they have. Reduce that stress that they have. So bring the kids on out. Bring the kids out every Saturday. It's $5 per child per hour. $5 per child per hour. Now we got a fantastic photography in the back. If you want to book your sessions, today, listen. Come and book your sessions today. Come and book your sessions today. If you want to do a birthday party, if you want to do a bridal party, you want to do a kids party, you want to do a family party, book your event today. Book your event today. Book your event today. We also do passport pictures. Passport pictures can be taken. We also do podcasts and screaming and ministries in the U.S. and internationally. Listen, work with that boy Rick Titus. Work with that boy Rick Titus. Come in and like, share, subscribe, and comment. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Subscribe, hit those doggone thumbs up, hit that doggone notification bell. Hit that doggone notification bell and come on in. Come on in to the party. Come and climb on in at Exquisite Podcast. Exquisite Podcast. Listen, you can email me. Email me at exquisitepodcast60@gmail.com. Give me your full name, your time zone, your email address, the time of your show, and the name of your show, your backdrop, your markup orders, and your markup offers. So go ahead and email me that stuff. Look, go to our Facebook group. Go to our Facebook group, Exquisite Podcast on Facebook. Go to our Facebook group and start getting your podcast screamed. Start screaming your podcast. Start screaming your ministry. Now we know we got a lot of ministries out here, got some good information, got some good information. Listen, book your event. Book your event today. Book your event today. Start procrastinating and start booking your event today for next month. Start booking your event today for next month. Start getting that stuff in section and start getting that stuff screaming. Start screaming your podcast. Book your sessions today. Get that stuff done. Welcome to Exquisite Podcast. Welcome to Exquisite Podcast. Now, I know a lot of people want to know how can they do a podcast? When can they do a podcast? A lot of people don't. This is the deal. This is the deal, family. A lot of people don't have the location. A lot of people don't have the cameras. A lot of people don't have the mics. Look, got a mic. A lot of people don't have these mics that we have. A lot of people don't have the equipment, the panel board, the space board. So why not let that boy Rick Titus book your podcast, scream your podcast at Exquisite Podcast. Come and see that boy Rick Titus. Come and see that boy Rick Titus so he can scream your podcast, so he can scream your ministry, so we can go ahead and get this thing on board. I'm in the studio right now. I'm right here in the studio right now at St. Charles Town Mall in Waldorf, Maryland. Everybody in the DMV knows where Waldorf, Maryland is located at. So come out here and see me. Come and climb on in. Come and climb on in. Like I said, stop procrastinating, guys. Stop procrastinating and book your event today. Book your event today for next month. Book your event today for next month. So you can go ahead and get your booking taken care of. Now, think about this, guys. Think about this. Your passport pictures. A lot of people going downtown, getting a ticket, getting got to park in the garage, and then you might have a little issue at the passport place downtown. Why not come to St. Charles Town Mall? Parking is free, right around the corner from J.C. Penney, and get your passport picture done at Exquisite Podcast in the mall in Waldorf. Huh? Why not come and get that done? Why not come and get that done, family? Work with that boy, climb in with that boy RickTitus. Climb with that boy RickTitus at Exquisite Podcast. Exquisite Podcast, where we can do your podcast, we can stream your podcast. We just had an outstanding podcast done in Shreveport, Louisiana, about 30 or 45 minutes ago. And you ministries out there, if you want to touch somebody, you got some unique, you got some clever, you got some professional material, go ahead and get your ministry scream. Start screaming your ministry. Start screaming your podcast. Listen, you got to get in tune with the new technology out here, family. You got to get in tune with the new technology out here. The new technology is screaming. If you got something that you got to say, if you got something that you want to say, if you got something that you want people to hear, start screaming your podcast. Start talking about religion. Start talking about entertainment. Start talking about family law. Start talking about a book that you wrote. Start talking about health and wellness. Start talking about some of that stuff. Start letting us do the heavy work for you. Let that boy RickTitus at Exquisite Podcast do the heavy work for you. I'm in the studio right now. So listen, come and see me. Huh? Come and see me so we can get that podcast screen. Huh? So we can go ahead and get that ministry that you was sitting on the fence thinking about. Let's go ahead and get that thing screamed. Let's scream this thing. Let Exquisite Podcast do all of the heavy lifting for you. You know, like I said, a lot of people don't have the panels. A lot of people don't have the camera. Look at it, family. I got 2 phones that I'm working with. A lot of people don't have the laptop. A lot of people don't have a lot of these equipments that they need to have to get their podcast done or to get their ministry screened. So let that boy RickTitus do all of the screaming for you. Let Exquisite Podcast do all of the work for you. Click the link in the description. Click that doggone link in the descriptions and come and climb on in with that boy RickTitus at Exquisite Podcast. I know you've been sitting on the fence. I know you guys been out there wondering how you can get your podcast streamed. I know some of you pastors out there was wondering how you can get your ministry scream out here on the internet. Scream your podcast, scream your ministry. I know some of you guys out there want to know how can you get on board with this Exquisite Podcast. All you got to do is just talk to me. That's all you got to do. We just did a podcast in Shreveport, Louisiana. Today. I'm in the studio right now. I see some people climbing in. On this podcast right now. So I'm in the studio right now. So if you are on the fence and you want your podcast stream, come and see that boy RickTitus at Exquisite Podcast. Come and see us today. Come and climb on in. Now, you guys have a ministry. You're a pastor, and a lot of you pastors out there got some good material. But the problem is nobody is seeing you. Nobody is hearing you. I'm going to say that again. Nobody is seeing you. Nobody is hearing you. So you might as well jump on in and climb on in at Exquisite Podcast and get your podcast done today. Get your podcast done today. Start screaming your podcast if you like. Start screaming your podcast. Start screaming your ministry. We can do your ministry. Listen, listen, family. Listen, family. We can do your ministry in the U.S. or international. If you are international, you need to get in touch with that boy RickTitus. You need to get in touch with that boy RickTitus so we can scream your podcast. We can scream your ministry today. And just like I said, we got an excellent photographer in the background. We got an excellent photographer in the background. Book your event today. Stop procrastinating and book your event today. If you got a graduation, you got a birthday party, you got a wife and husband anniversary, book your event today. Book your event today. Stop procrastinating and book your event today and get that thing done. Get it done. Book your session today. Book your sessions today. Make sure that you can get this thing here popping. Make sure you can get your event booked today. Do it right now. Do it right now at Exquisite Podcast. Exquisite Podcast. Your baby showers, you want to do your baby showers, you want to do your birthday party, you want to do your kids party. We do it all. We do it all. Bring your kids out every Saturday. Bring your kids out every Saturday. $5 per child per hour. $5 per child per hour, so your kids can release all of that stress that they have. We got the gumball machines back there. We got the claw machine. We got the sliding ball. We got that bouncing ball, the bouncing ball back there in the back in the playground. So bring your kids on out so they can have a good time, so they can enjoy this exquisite podcast out here. So they can enjoy it. This is that boy RickTitus. I'll see you guys on another video. Who said it couldn't be done?